Now, who's on next year's ballot? Ichiro, CC Sabathia, Dustin Pedroia, Ian Kinsler, King Felix Hernandez, excuse me, Troy Tulowitzki, Ben Zobrist, Curtis Granderson, Ben Zobrist in his black cleats. We got to make sure that happens. Curtis Granderson, Hanley Ramirez, Russell Martin, Adam Jones, Brian McCann, Martin Prado, Carlos Gonzalez, Melky Cabrera, Clay Bookholds, Francisco Liriano, Ian Desmond, Jason Vargas, Kendris Morales, Mark Trumbo, Fernando Rodney, and Mark Reynolds. That's a big old fat list.
It is a big old fat list. So I have some thoughts. Before we get into like the super obvious, like first off, I think Brian McCann belongs in the Policing the Game Hall of Fame, right? For sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I just say about Ben Zobrist?
Yes.
Ben Zobrist.
Get into
If
it.
there is a utility player Hall of Fame, he belongs in it, but he does not
He
belong
started
in
it.
Yeah, you're right.
He was the tip of the spear. He's the vanguard in the modern utility player.
The modern utility player, not
exactly.
No.
But the modern utility player, that is Ben Zobrist all the way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So he would be in the utility player Hall of Fame, but he will not get into the big Hall of Fame.
Okay. Interesting. He's such a good guy.
Then he can get in the good guy Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He can be the good dude Hall of Fame. How's that?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
There.
Yeah.
He's not getting in the big hall. Fernando Rodney belongs in the blown saves Hall of Fame. And Kendris Morales belongs in the good teammate Hall of Fame.
So does CC Sabathia. CC Sabathia, and I think CC belongs. There's an argument for him being in the Hall of Fame, but if we're not talking about do you belong in the real Hall of Fame, like which Hall of Fame do you belong in? It's the hell of a teammate Hall of Fame. That's where CC.
I agree.
He leads that crowd for sure.
The fact that he took a pay cut.
That's right.
To police the game. Maybe he also belongs in the Policing the Game Hall of Fame with Brian McCann.
100% agree. That would be. But CC has a Cy Young, 6-time All-Stars, career WAR 62.3, lifetime ERA 3.74. Brad. He has now wins and losses. Don't come after me, I know, but 251 wins, 161 losses.
So let's talk about wins and losses for just a minute there, Brig, because there's a guy who I think on this list who I think absolutely belongs in. He said he thought he needed more work when he left his longtime team, but I submit that he does not. That is Felix Hernandez. All hail King Felix, right?
Right. Yeah.
I think Felix Hernandez deserves to be in, because he was unreal, absolutely outstanding for his time in Seattle. His time there was wasted, unfortunately. But this is one reason Felix Hernandez deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He changed the way we look at wins and losses. Because before with the Cy Young, it was like, okay, who has 20 wins? These guys have 20 wins. Let's look at their ERA, strikeouts, blah, 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 everything else. But with Felix Hernandez, it's like, well, no, hold on. He's got a sub-2 ERA and an under 500 record. What's going on in Seattle? Oh, that team can't hit. That's what's going on. That has nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him.
For sure.
So I think the fact that he completely revolutionized the way that we look at pitchers' records, that we just are like, it's just a thing that's there now.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean a whole lot. It's just there. We keep track of it because we've always kept track of it. Just in the NFL, they keep track of quarterbacks' records. It's like, he had so little to do with that. Right?
For sure.
Because you got a whole other team, you got defense, whatever. And it's the same thing with pitchers, and they're finally realizing that now. I think Felix Hernandez is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Not unanimous.
No, he won't be unanimous. I stand behind that.
Because I think there are guys who think, like Felix did, that he had more work to do to get in. But I think enough guys are going to be like, yeah, the way that he changed the way we approach the game, for sure. And the fact that he pitched how many years on a torn UCL? Right?
All of them.
Most of them,
it feels like it, yeah. So he's also a Cy Young winner with a 6-time All-Star, right up there with CC. CC's career WAR is 20 points higher, but
because he played longer and was on better teams.
for sure. But King Felix's ERA is a few points lower, so from 3.75 to 3.42. So
look at what his ERA was that year that he won the Cy Young, Brig.
Oh no, I see it. I see it right here. It's an
Share with the
astonishing
class.
2.27. He had a 2.27 ERA that year.
And an under 500 record.
And he started 34 games, which is league leading. Whatever. What is lead leaguing? It's lead leaguing. That's what it's called from now on. It's lead leaguing.
Saying, man. And I know 1 year is not going to get you in,
No.
but that was pretty much on par for the kind of performance that Felix put on.
You ready for this?
That's
it gets
what you
better.
got.
Okay, so that was his Cy Young year. Okay,
right.
He finished second in 2014 in the Cy Young voting, and that year his ERA was 2.14 with another leaguing 34 games started.
So get this. So toward the end of that season, the Mariners went to Houston.
Right.
And Felix was in the hunt, right, for the Cy Young.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was that talked about this. It might have been Logan Morrison was the guy who came out and talked about this.
Sure.
And he said, and you know what? We knew there was something going on across that other dugout. We didn't know what it was, though, because they shelled Felix. They cost Felix Hernandez his second Cy Young.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the rest of these names, but and we'll do it another time, but we got to talk about Ichiro because Ichiro, if he's not first ballot, I'll eat a hat. If he's not unanimous, it's because somebody's got a weird chip on their shoulder. And I will never understand why.
I saw somebody said that it's because whatever writer just wants attention. And I guarantee you that's all it is. It's like, I have blah, 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 blah with slap hitters. And he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame because he was a slap hitter. It's like, oh, he was a slap hitter by choice. You want to see his power? Go look at the tape.
Yeah.
Go look at the tape. You'll see he had power as well. And he knew his job with that kind of speed was to get on base because that speed is useless if it's trotting around the bases.
Yep. Well, and that's what the team needed,
get on base
was
and make things happen.
Runs. Right.
The Mariners won 116 games with him doing his job of getting on base and making things happen.
Yep.
As a rookie. It was like 30 games into his career, his batting average went up above 300 and never dipped down again. That will never happen again. I don't care who you are. We will never see that happen with the way the game is played now.
Nope.
Ichiro is absolutely a unanimous Hall of Famer. And if he's not, dude, this microphone is going to be like on fire.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
You kind of hope now, huh?
Yeah. Stay tuned for January of 2025, where Brad loses his absolute mind. He's going to hoist that black flag is what he's going to do.
It'll be over the shoulder, Brig, for sure. It'll be ready to go right up.
Yeah.